Well, hopefully does it? Hopefully? Okay, I think it does. Hopefully. um, I have no idea if this is working actually. I think it is. Okay. Yeah, this mic is fairly sensitive. Wow, what a great start. Hello everybody. Welcome to Mr. Von the Stampede, formerly known as Phoenix Kai. How's it going, man? Um, Yeah. Can you hear me, good sir? Be my test. Can you hear me? How do I sound? How do I look? Eagerly awaiting your response. Be honest. Doing adult stuff. What you doing, man? We're gonna start off with talking about Von the Stampede's current predicament. What's adulting? Adulting? If you can share. Job hunting. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. How's that been going for you, actually? Oh, got my first Q. All right, got my first question. Basically, wow, I haven't done this in a little while. I've been kind of busy with stuff. I went back to school recently, so I've just been really busy. But that's no excuse. I feel like I've been busy for months and months, and I've just been like, oh man, my inspiration for YouTube has really been for a while. But I've been feeling much more of a mood to do more videos soon, hopefully, for real. Because I know I got a couple of videos that were voted on like months ago that I got to get to. So I want to let you guys know that's coming, but I'll talk about that towards the end of this. In the meantime, I thought I would just take maybe like an hour and hang out, uh, talk about some news and some stuff I've been watching to catch you guys up and answer some questions about nerdy stuff. If you guys have anything for the channel, please like this, share it around, let people know Merlin is here for about an hour to answer questions. And yo, you got an interview on Friday. Nice, excellent, good luck, man. What's the job for, if you don't mind me asking? I remember you were trying to get into some graphic design type stuff or something, because you got all that wonderful editing work, man. That filming, that passion for film, much like I have. Your documentaries, I remember those. Let's see. SJM Hadsock. I don't think I recognize you, unless you're an older subscriber that's changed your name. Hello. Who is your favorite Flash villains? Who are your favorite Flash villains? Mine are Murmur and Double Down, Captain Cold and Mirror Master, and the Top and Pied Piper and Heatwave. So your favorite villains are most of the Rogues Gallery, which is not a bad answer, because it's funny. My one buddy Troll, who's been on the channel, showed me for the first time the early 90s Flash, which I'm going to deviate from your question for a second, because this is an excuse for me to rant about stuff, because that's partially why we're all here, at least why I'm here. I know that much. Is that I never saw the early Flash show, right? And I kind of was always trepidatious about it, because I thought, well, I like camp, but is it going to be like lame campy though? Like, I thought it was a bit risky, and I've been really into So Bad It's Good stuff for a while. So you'd think that I could do it. Crazy Boy 190, what's up? Asking questions and answers and hanging out, nerdy stuff. Bring them. Let's do this. I don't know why I'm fighting like I'm going to be antagonistic. That's not. I'm just excited. I don't know what we're talking about. Anyway, as I was saying, I watched like a couple episodes, and I watched the one with the Trickster and Captain Cold and Mirror Master. And that Captain Cold, the one from like the early 90s Flash, might be my favorite version, because he was like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze, but done better. Like he had the puns, but he was so evil, and you could almost tell like he didn't care that he was making puns. Like he was so awesome. And the special effects for like early 90s TV aren't bad. And my buddy Troll and I were talking that apparently he told me that that was the most expensive show that Warner Brothers had made at the time. And you could tell it doesn't look like an early 90s TV show. It looks kind of almost cinematic. It's shot like in the dark, very noir-esque. And you could tell that they have a lot of influence from Tim Burton's Batman. And I really kind of dig it. I mean, it's a little corny, but not as much as you'd think. Like he's more Barry's a detective, and they take the stories pretty seriously. I'm like, this actually isn't bad. It was a lot better than I was expecting. So by the way, I answered your question. I think my favorite Flash villain technically would be Zoom. That would be Wally West's anti-Flash, Reverse Flash, just because I liked his weird methodology. Like he wanted to make Wally suffer because he believed that suffering created a better hero, and that's kind of what he lives for. Just his whole mentality was very creepy. I mean, but I guess that is kind of boring because he's just kind of an evil speedster. They always do that. Besides him, though, probably Mirror Master. Mirror Master is really creepy, and I like his powers. Captain Cold's pretty good. Heatwave's not bad. A lot of these shows have actually a lot of these characters have shown up in the new Flash and were done pretty well. Yes, Hunter Zolomon, exactly. Probably my favorite, just because some of the comics that I read back in the day where Wally West was like the main Flash. So yeah, I really liked that particular version, mostly for the characterization. I think, well, Gorilla Grodd actually, but I think of Gorilla Grodd more as like a Justice League villain, kind of based on the cartoon. It's more what I know him from. But yeah, I guess technically he's a Flash villain. So probably either Hunter Zolomon or Gorilla Grodd. Probably a toss up between those two. That was a really long winded answer to the question. So if people have questions, this is kind of like a podcast. So I will get there eventually. But before I talk about something else really random, just to let you all know. Front desk job, good video editing. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, what's your new documentary going to be about, dude? I definitely, man. Keep it up. I really think you have some good cinematography skills, and I really, you know what? If I make another film, I'm hoping to work on another horror movie. I might actually have you edit it for me, or help me edit it for real. Maybe you and Kilp's a hero, seriously, because you guys are all better editors than I am. I like video production, but editing is something I'm still working on getting better at. My big thing was just trying to have better quality, better audio and video quality is always something I'm looking for. Framing my shots better, but editing, you're really good at that, man. I think you're good at editing. I think Heroes videos, I always thought he did a really good job editing them. I think there's some of the best edited videos online. Anime Hero, subscribe to him, people. And King of Kilps, he's not really that active anymore, but he helps out. He's helped me out with my channel with some of the banner art over the years and helped me with some other videos for the Phantom Group back in the day and Green Clan Studios, shit. And he's helped Hero out with some stuff. Kilps knew all about that stuff. He got me. Yeah, he helped out a lot. So Kilps' videos, he would like edit his videos to the max. So he knew what he was doing with that. A lot of probably some really cool editing with him. Kilps, if you hear it, so shout out to King of Kilps. Sub to him too if he cares. First time commenting here. My name is Sarah, by the way. Oh, hello, Sarah. Okay, so it's SJM is a acronym. Yeah, I was about to say I didn't think I'd ever met you before. Welcome to the channel. How long have you been subscribed? I haven't interacted, but yeah, welcome. Thanks for being around, supporting the channel. I know I've been really inconsistent, and the quality of my videos has been a little lately, but trying to get back. I want to revamp this thing. I gotta make some better videos again. I'm feeling it. Anyway, still need to watch John Wick 3. Yes, you do. John Wick 3. I've talked about it on the channel multiple times, but I'll say this. John Wick 3 was not what I was expecting, but it was awesome. It did not end the way I expected it was going to, but I left the theater being like, oh, this is awesome. So check out John Wick 3. I don't know if it's my favorite of them, but it's still pretty good. I still think the first one is the best story, and I think the second one has the best cinematography. Like the lighting in that glass museum section was ridiculous. The most like unpractical thing ever, but visually those movies are so awesome. They made action movies so stylistic. Like the cinematography and the stunt work alone, even without Keanu Reeves, fantastic. It's John Wick 3, highly recommended for me and pretty much anyone else that saw it. So please check it out. Worth the money if it's still in theaters. Check it out for real. Absolutely. Absolute recommendation. The Keanu memes are great. I've been noticing though, my buddy Dan and I, we did a podcast about that, I think recently. Check it out. We talked about it. He brought that up to me that like the Keanu Reeves coolness thing is like getting bigger on the internet again, I guess. And I always kind of assumed that people thought Keanu Reeves was cool for like a long time. Like that was kind of I don't want to say it was old news, but like I guess his resurgence is bigger now. I don't know. Um, but yeah, Keanu Reeves memes are great. Murmur and Double Down were on Arrow. Yep, that's right. That's right. Okay, so if you're going by like the CW show. Okay, so you've got some Green Arrow villains over there then. Okay, I'm not quite as familiar with this Rogues Gallery, although I do like Green Arrow. That version of the show I couldn't really get into too much. I just because I don't really like what they did to Oliver Queen, but it's neither here nor there. People seem to like it, but that those versions of the characters I'm unfamiliar with. Hey man, yeah, thank you. If you feel like editing it, that would be great. I'm trying to do like it's actually going to be supposed to be like a mockumentary thing where I've decided that my budgetary limitations and limitations on actors, well, they're all limited. So what I'm going to try and do is like sort of a trilogy thing with my other horror movies and say that like this is like the final film, but it was unfinished. So there's going to be like random clips, like a Grindhouse thing. And in between, there's going to be like clips of behind the scenes making of the movie and some interviews. So it's going to be like a documentary about the final making of the fake director. It's like, it's way too ambitious for what I could do, but I'm still going to try and do it anyway. Let's see. Terrence Trent D'Arby. Yeah, I've been busy. Let's see what's been going on. Honestly, it's kind of one of those things I want to say right here, actually, everybody. I'm telling you, man, like my buddy Gimli, if you remember the guy with the beard, review the beards and stuff with him. It was his idea. He came up with a story concept. It's going to be a movie within a movie within a movie, and there's going to be a twist. So I'm getting super meta. And I'm like, people are going to watch it and be like, what the hell is this? So if it gets made, I hope so. It's going to be like, my excuse is it's surreal. It's surreal. It's going to be artsy and weird because I have no budget. That's how I get around it. I'm confessing it here, people. It's not because I'm not talented. But I'm going to keep trying because it is my dream. Anyway, enough about that. I've been really busy. I feel bad about it because I don't know. I feel like I don't know. People on here probably know. I feel like I've been saying for years, I'm going to do this schedule. I'm going to get on this platform. I'm going to do this project. I'm going to have these videos once a week, once every 2. And it's just like, it never happens. Like it never materializes because I always want to do so much stuff. And then before I know it, my life changes again. Like what is it like? Like last year, it's like I just wanted to do too much and then I didn't get off the ground with any of it. And then most of this year, which this year's like halfway over, I don't know. I mean, there was the holidays and then I was sick at the beginning of the year, which threw me off a little. Like I think I got like a bad cold for like a week because I got a fever. And then since then, it's just been work stuff. I went back to school like a month or so ago, and that class has really been taking up a lot of my time, stressing me out. So, man, like between that, so that's been distracting me. And it's weird. Like I want to do more videos, but I'm like, okay, I'm almost done with this class. So if I have like a few days, I want to like try and get a few more videos up. So anyway, that is the plan. I've got a couple videos that I want to do that were requested by you guys in the votes. I think I'm going to do Akira and then Eraserhead. My goal is to just focus on my favorite movies and give you guys the choice about which movies I talk about first. And that's kind of going to be the focus of my primary scripted edited videos when I get to them. If I could do one of those videos a month now and make them really good for you guys, I will be happy if I can make that happen. That is my goal. So we'll see what happens. Just do it. Yes, Shia LaBeouf. I know, right? Sorry, crazy boy. Do you like the FMA manga? In parentheses. Good question, because he knows I like FMA. He's been here for a long time. Like asking me if I like FMA would be redundant at this point. Like I can, I'm just messing with you. No, all right. I have a confession. Oh, you ready for this? I never got through it because what happened was I was watching the original FMA, the 2003 one, the my favorite show, one of my favorite shows that came out years ago, and I really got into the anime, obviously, and I was like, ooh, I want to catch up with the manga. Because I found out there was a manga, and I'm like, okay, well, I can catch up, and a lot of times the manga is better. I think even back then, that was kind of the general idea about anime and manga comparisons, maybe. But I remember picking up the volume and reading through it, and I just noticed that the characterization of Edward Elric was different than it was in the anime. Like he read a little differently, and I didn't like that. He came off a bit arrogant, dickish, I suppose. Um, I don't know. I didn't really like that start. So I read a little bit through it, but I couldn't. So I eventually watched Brotherhood when that came out, and I really liked Brotherhood a lot. Brotherhood actually kind of got me really back into FMA when that came out, and then I did the whole comparison thing and kind of watched the first one again, and I still really liked it. And I think they're both really good. I mean, I kind of have some preferences for the things the first series does, and maybe there's some nostalgic attachment there. But I think Brotherhood's a fantastic show, which is closer to the manga, but I know that it's not exactly the same. Because that's the one thing that I want to ask people on here about is that I don't really know this because I've heard though that the manga is different than Brotherhood, like a little bit. I know Brotherhood's closer, but they're not exactly the same. So I think if you're asking if I like Brotherhood more, be like, you know. Whoa. Let me see here. Let's see here. Oh, I've seen FMA and Brotherhood multiple times on TV and Netflix. Yeah, it's classic. Now, this is a new feature. Crazy Boy, it's wanting me to see if I can show your your comment. It does not offend me. I'm going to allow it to be shown. I guess because it's curse words. I'll be honest with you. It's been a while since I've watched them both, so I'd have to compare. But that's the thing. I remember that you're right. You're actually right. I don't know. Edward was pretty dickish and arrogant and annoying when he shows up at like the temple, the church, when he's talking to Rose. He is pretty arrogant. That is true. I don't know. I think when I read the first chapter, he just came off as even more arrogant to me for some reason. I don't know why. I can't really say for sure. But that's kind of how I felt about that. So I can't say I read all the way through. I'd have to actually go and read the whole thing through, which maybe I will sometime, honestly. But yeah, I guess I kind of have mixed, if any, feelings about it at all. It's like I feel like I've gotten enough of a sense of the manga from Brotherhood. I could be wrong though, so let me know if I am. Yes. While people are thinking of questions, please share the video, all that good stuff, because I am going to start going through random thoughts I have to fill up time because when I see there aren't too many people watching and too many comments, I gotta keep the airwaves going. Cut a lot of material from the manga, not just the first 2 episodes. Homeland flashback was rushed. That was kind of like a flashback in the anime. That was like one episode. It was kind of like on one of those filler, almost like a clip show. It's kind of one of those like ones to break things up. Oh, you actually have a topic I was going to talk about, Vaughn. Yes. I was talking to my friends about this last night because I found out something about it I didn't know. I didn't actually watch it yet. During the Briggs arc. Like I said, I got to watch it again. Okay. I thought it was so awesome to hear that they were releasing Evangelion on Netflix, like worldwide debut, big exposure for a lot of people. It's finally getting that release. That's awesome. But then I found out that they redid the dub. It's not like the original dub that I guess ADV did, and they even changed the translation so the original sub is not the same. Like, that's whoa. Like that's kind of upsetting. Like I thought it was just going to be the classic dub they got the rights to, and they were going to put it up. Like that's what I was going to go back and watch. Like, oh, I can watch the dub on Netflix. That's cool, but I guess that's not the case. Is it really that different? Right, but I heard some people were like really upset because you can't actually watch like a version of the show's script that was originally produced. So you might not be getting the best version. That's bizarre. But anyway, while you're answering or asking questions, I'll give you guys a rundown on some topics I wanted to talk about here. Let's see. Jessica Jones season 3. I started watching it, and I think that it's actually not that bad because I didn't really like Jessica Jones season 2 that much, and I don't know if anybody really cares about the Marvel Netflix shows because they're kind of like ending, I guess, because Disney Plus is going to be a thing, and a lot of those shows are in limbo. But I randomly just decided to watch Jessica Jones season 3, and we're watching it now. And first couple episodes, I actually think it's pretty good. I think it's an interesting villain. I kind of like the character with the sensitivity to evil in people. I think that's interesting, good and evil. I don't like the. I know she's a superhero in the comics, but I don't really like the direction they're taking Trish. Like, I think the further they try to develop her into like a more superhero esque character, it makes her character more annoying. Like, I liked her when she was, kind of the strong, independent woman, but she helped out in different ways. Like, she was a support character. I feel like she's trying to out Jones Jessica, and she doesn't really have the same thing. The portrayal just isn't working for me. I liked the character a lot when she was doing her radio show, talk show. Like, I liked it when she was doing that stuff. I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool subplot to kind of like back up Jessica in the media. I liked that. And she was kind of, I mean, she could still do stuff. She could, defend herself, but like, and her getting powers doesn't really seem that well executed to me. It's kind of weird. But so far, I've been enjoying it. I think I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in or something. It's not bad. It's not bad. So if you guys like Jessica Jones at all, I'd say, yeah, I honestly think you could skip season 2 because I barely even remember what happened to it. There's some subplots in it I don't really like that much. Like the Hogarth's character, I don't really care too much. But it's whatever. Jessica Jones, I like her and I like the main villain and I care about that. So that's kind of worth it. Let's see. Yes, they got a new cast, didn't get the old cast, and didn't want to spend the money for it. Damn, they didn't want to pay them. It's about money. They could just pay some in-house people cheaper. That because they knew that they'd have that recognition if they got those voice actors back. But that's what they did with the Fruit Basket dub. All those people came back, or most of them, and people loved that. So people love it when the old cast members come back. It gives you that nostalgic feeling, and they're more trained and they have better performances, and you get a better product. I don't know. I think it would have been worth the money. I think that would have been really worth the money. That's a shame. They kind of cut corners there. Dang. Let's see. Shinji's new VA is a good example why trying to imitate the Japanese voice doesn't always work. Well, I guess I have that to look forward to if I check it out, but I'll probably just try to find the old version of the show somewhere is more likely what's going to happen. Stepdad watching Jessica Jones season 3 a couple days ago. What did he think? Does he like it? I've been liking it. I still never watched season 3 of Daredevil. I need to catch up on that. I wanted to, but then the whole cancellation thing happened. I was like, no. I know they're super expensive, but are they more expensive than the Berserk DVDs? Those I've seen those. Like to get like an original, I think, copy of the original version. I don't even know who did the dub distribution, but yeah, I remember I wanted to purchase the box set of Berserk once, the '90s anime. It's been out of print forever. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. I forget how much it was. Like, it was crazy expensive. It was like $200 or something. Media Blasters. That's right. Of course, Media Blasters. Classic. They did a lot of old stuff. Let's see. What else can I talk about? I finished She-Ra season 2, and I liked it. I enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to season 3. That's still a cute, fun show, I guess. And also, my friends and I have been doing kind of this Miyazaki night thing for a while. We were doing Godzilla movies and stuff. We're just kind of doing movie nights. And I watched a Miyazaki movie that I have not seen. And I actually watched, Hero might appreciate this, Lupin, Castle Cagliostro, which I heard was not really very much like the Lupin character. And I do think that he's definitely more noble and heroic in that movie. But I still felt he was like Lupin enough. Like, it didn't feel like it wasn't a Lupin movie. Like, I was wondering when to watch it, and I'm like, is this going to feel like too much of a Miyazaki film? But to show Miyazaki's craft, he actually was able to pull off doing something that wasn't his own work. And it felt a lot like a Lupin episode to me. I was like, this is pretty good. I really liked it. And it's also one of the most violent, because Lupin's one of the most violent movies Miyazaki's done. Like, other than like maybe Mononoke, people die horribly in that movie. The bad guy gets like crushed by the clock hands. Like, oh, I can't believe I'm seeing this. It's not a kid's movie. Wow, that was just, but yeah, the animation was great, of course. Even though it's from the '70s, just beautiful, and I liked the dub. It was a fun story. Probably not the best Lupin thing ever, but it was pretty good. It it kind of made me want to get more into Lupin, actually, if nothing else. I think I'd recommend that to people. I mean, if you, I feel like there's probably a bunch of different ways you could get into it, but even it felt kind of like the original anime to me. But I think as an introduction to the character, if you don't know much, you could check that one out. It was pretty good. It felt like it had just enough of Lupin to get you interested into more. Let's see. AKA Solid Snake. Favorite? Joggin King. Joggin King. Welcome. Questions, answers, rantings. You know the drill. Favorite movie in the he's dropping it. Favorite movie in the MCU. Oh no. Hold on, I gotta pull up the list. I hate it. Okay, this is a torturous question. What kind of question is this? Okay, and it's bad because nothing comes from MCU movies. Okay. All right. I'm gonna think about this for a second, people. So just give me a second. Put your questions. I'm gonna think about this one. I think I know the answer. So far, I think is it still going to be the same in the MCU? Thor: The Dark World. No, just kidding. No, that's not right. Like how Aquaman's coming. Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, I think the answer to the question is probably still Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is probably still my favorite. I think it's an amazing film. I think that the fact that they were able to take these really obscure characters that nobody talked about and make a really fun ragtag space comedy thing. I still think it looks gorgeous. It's such a fun group of characters. And I think that's the reason why I put it as my favorite, because I'm a comic book guy and I know a lot of these characters pretty well. And I had a lot of preconceptions going into any of them, a lot of expectations. Admittedly, I had like very little expectation about that movie, and it came out and it's one of those ones that just totally blew me away. And I think the only one that might top it, maybe I'd have to see. I liked it a lot as a Spider-Man movie, but for the whole MCU, I don't know. Far from home. I mean, not far from home. Wow, Homecoming. Homecoming is really good. I like Homecoming a lot. First Iron Man, Avengers, Captain America. Pretty much all the Captain America movies. I like most. I like most of the MCU movies. I like Thor Ragnarok. I like most of them, honestly. I even like the Hulk movie. I like. There are very few of them I don't like, so picking my favorite's hard. But I think my favorite is probably Guardians of the Galaxy 1 still. Yes, final answer for now. Oh wow, they're coming in hot now. Okay, remember Mononoke was brutal. I love Mononoke though, fantastic film, but man, brutality. That's not the right thing, but I'm just saying it. Nicholas Bordeaux, what's up, buddy? Hey Merlin, I'm planning on watching Hunter x Hunter probably in July, and I'm questioning if I should start with the 1999 adaptation or the Madhouse 2011 adaptation. Thoughts? We're still having this conversation in 2019. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy that somebody still cares about this. This is not sarcasm. I'm like, you still remember. You still remember that I was the Hunter x Hunter guy for years. And do you remember which show I praised? Which one I was just like when it was blowing up, and I'm like, one of my favorite anime is this version. Do you remember? I'm quizzing you. I'll give you my answer if you can answer. Crazy boy, he's right. Watch both. Actually. You know what? Watch both. But you're gonna get different experiences. No, actually, no, I don't. Okay. This is the thing. They're both good. They're both very different. Obviously, I'll tell you this right now. 1999 is rougher animation. The dub's pretty rough, but the music's great. The atmosphere's great. The pacing's good. There's a really the way they develop some of the characters. They take their time. There's some filler, but it is good. I really like the atmosphere of the 99 show. So I would recommend watch that first because once you watch it, you don't, and if you finish it, you don't have to go back ever again. They only got up to, I think, York New or something. They never got up to They never got up to Chimera Ant arc. So just watch that, and I'd say you could watch that one, then skip to where past Greed Island and go to the Chimera Ant arc in 2011, and then if you want to go back and watch the 2011 version, you can reappreciate it a whole new way with flashier animation. That's my recommendation if you want to do it that way. And if you don't like the 1999 version, if it's too old for you, or you're not digging the atmosphere or whatever, then by all means, just go to 2011. But I will recommend try 99. Just give it a shot. I think it has a really cool tone. That's an anime that I really have a special place in my heart, and the 2011 version is really good too. It is. They're both good. If you started with 2011, nothing wrong with that. But 99, I think it still has its place. Okay, so you didn't have to answer. You answered. It's fine. Okay, remember seeing Lupin the Third on a channel that showed anime? Well, yeah, probably. I don't know if that'd be Funimation or I don't know where it would be running, to be honest. But yeah, I see more people dropping in. Welcome, ask questions and stuff. Share, like the video, all that good stuff. Let's see. Winter Soldier for you. Winter Soldier, yes. Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is probably like one of the most solidly well-paced, constructed, scripted ones. Winter Soldier is very good. A lot of Cap's movies are very good, which I don't know why that is, but the Captain America movies just they're really good. I could watch Winter Soldier again for sure. That one holds up really well. Favorite fight in the Dark Tournament. Oh, we're getting some old school. Okay. All right. All right. I'm feeling like this is classic Merlin the Mighty anime questions. All right. But actually, I don't think I've ever heard that one. I don't think I've ever heard favorite fight in. You know what? Let me look up the fights. Hold on. Dark Tournament fights, because I don't remember all the fights. There's a lot of fights. Let me see here. I hope they have them listed somewhere. Okay. They got the teams. They got the battles. Okay. Let's see. Urameshi versus Rokuyaki, 1-on-1 overall victory. I don't even remember some of what these people look like by names. I know what I didn't like. I didn't like the guy with the, what's his name, people? The guy with the Irish accent and the horn. No, not that person. Actually, no. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I know the answer to this question. Okay. My favorite fight in the Dark Tournament is probably, obviously, it's the Team Urameshi versus Team Toguro is like one of my favorite team matchups, if that's really a consistent thing in anime, and showing like I really love all the combat in that. I really love it. I think Hiei versus Bowie is good, but I'm really torn between Kurabara and Elder Toguro, because that fight was brutal. Like that fight was really brutal. I want to say that one's my favorite just because I really like Kurabara's character, but Yusuke versus younger Toguro is pretty good. Those I think are pretty cliche answers though. I want to. Oh man, you know what? I can do better than this. I just got to go back and all right. Bear with me, people. I got to figure out who all these people were. It's been a while. Okay, was that the first? Oh no, Rinku with the yo-yo. He was cool, but no. Oh, actually, for character purposes, the fight between Kurama and Roto, I love, because Roto was cheating bastard, and he was going to attack somebody close to Kurama. I think it was his mother, his human mother. And man, the brutality, the that's the thing I like about Kurama. He's such like a relaxed, gentle person, but then just he had the most brutal kills in Hakusho. Like, forget Hiei, forget Yusuke. When Kurama took people out, it looked beautiful with the flower theme, but man, oh man. Okay, so this is fun. Okay, I'm trying to remember all these people. Hiei versus Zeru. Was he the? I'm trying to remember what he did. Oh yeah. No. Okay. I'm just quickly going through these. Chu. Oh yeah, Chu. Nah, Chu is all right. I think a lot of people like Chu. Kurama versus Gamma. Oh, I liked that fight. I liked that one with the tattoos. Yeah, yeah, that one was really cool. That was a good fight. I gotta watch Hakusho again. The Toya fight was really good. Ice Power guy. I liked that one. Bakken doesn't stand out to me. Okay, we're seeing which ones I remember the most. Oh, Jin. It was Jin I hate. That fucking accent. Forgive me. Oh man. Rishu. Nope. I think I might I feel like there's this fight here that came up that I'm forgetting though. Oh, Makintaro, Kuro. Wow. I feel like a lot of the earlier fights stood out more to me. Hiroshima, he looks a lot like Lompo from Hunter x Hunter. Uh oh, okay. That one wasn't too bad actually. The Shishi Wakamaru. I think he was pretty good. Onji Suzuki. Man. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I guess my favorite style is between the Urameshi Toguro team, except for some of those early fights. Like Gama, I think Gama, a lot of the Kurama fights I really like, actually. So probably Gama or Roto for Kurama, and then just the Kuwabara and Yusuke for the Toguro brothers. And Hiei versus Bowie is pretty awesome too. Anyway, back to the questions. Sorry about that. Okay, all right. I feel like it's probably loaded up on me now. Okay, let me catch up. Okay, that was a good question because I had to go back and remember I forgot a lot of the fights. I think DC should do the same thing for the Shade that Marvel did for the Guardians of the Galaxy and give him a movie. Shade's awesome, but would you want Shade as a villain or as a hero? Because there are versions. If you're talking about the DC Shade, and I think both could work. Better main cast, Urameshi or the Z Fighters in terms of development and how they flow off each other. Come on, man. You're killing me here. You're killing me. Oh man, you're not gonna let me go, are you? This isn't gonna be an easy Q&A. I thought it was gonna be really easy. Oh, man. See, it's funny. A couple years back, like years ago, earlier in the channel, I probably would have said hands down, like I love Dragon Ball, but you know, obviously Togashi's got good shonen writing. The cast in Hakusho, those characters, they're such a tight knit group. Their archetypes work off each other really well. They are really good shonen characters. They're good characters. I really think Hakusho has some of the best writing in shonen for characters. It's just a really solid show, partially because I think it wasn't super long. But which main cast team is better? Oh man. See, but with Super and stuff, it's like they've developed characters more. They have a lot of longevity. But like but the Dragon Ball Z, it's like classic though. That's classic. These are my heroes, that I grew up with. Oh man. It's I think that the Dragon Ball characters have like this individual greatness to them. They're all so iconic that I think they almost have an unfair advantage because Hakusho's was always kind of like the overshadowed by Dragon Ball, I think, in Adult Swim days anyway. So it's kind of funny you bring that up. No, I think that for development overall, for saying the main group development and how they flow off each other, I do think that your team Urameshi probably is a little better. Yes, I can't deny that because there's a lot of uneven stuff in Dragon Ball, but when it works, it really, really works very well. But it is kind of inconsistent and probably not quite as well developed. I mean, with some of the main characters, obviously, probably Goku. But that's not that huge of a difference. But I would say Hakusho probably has the edge there. I go with you there. Let's see. Make sure that I'm not going over time. Okay. Let's see here. We need a good release of 99. Yeah, we do. I don't think I watched it on YouTube back in the day. I don't know if they even have it. I think that yes, I think there is last time I looked, they have releases of Hunter x Hunter 1999, but I think they're out of print as well. And I don't think there was ever a box set because it was before it was like a really big thing. I think they have like those individual like couple episodes per disc they released back in the day. Um, and I think they were like pretty pricey. They're not cheap. So I don't know when we're gonna get a re-release of that though officially, unfortunately. I wish I could say go out and buy it because I'd buy it. I think it'd be really cool, but I'd like a good remasterable like special features. That would be awesome. But I mean, I know that even with bigger titles like JoJo, they don't. I remember Hero unboxed one of their DVDs that I think Funimation put out, and it was like bare minimum, like limited stuff. With anime, I think because it's like distributed to a niche audience from overseas, I think that there's less production there a lot of the time. Uh, Age doesn't matter to me. Besides, Cowboy Bebop has a special place in my heart. Okay, Nicholas. Okay, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. See, I mean, as much as I love anime and I love animation, cartoons, Age, even if the animation quality is flawed and not as good, because I guess I'm more of a writing storyteller. I'm not. I mean, I love visual storytelling, obviously, but I think I've always ultimately I care about what the movie or show or whatever is trying to say with the characters, how well they're written, how well the plot flows. Unless the visuals are spectacular, then I think you can kind of supersede it. But that's why I think even with anime, like if it strikes the right chord, I think that's why Hunter x Hunter. It's like if I was much more critical of animation, I probably would never have gotten into that show, and I'm glad that I wasn't because there were so many other good things I had to offer. So that's why I'm always encouraging people, like if there's a show that you think it looks a little bit rough. Like Fist of the North Star has really rough animation, but it's a really fun show. So I'd still say recommend it to at least check out. Um, but Bebop though is like on another level. Like I like Hunter x Hunter 99, dude. But like compare that to Bebop. The animation for that is still stellar today. Like it still looks good. Man, Bebop, another classic show I need to watch. But Bebop is just it's so good. I mean, it's really good. I love the movie. I wonder what the future for the franchise holds with live action shows. I don't know. I really hope they can pull these things off, but the track record's not that good. But yes, I'm glad it has a special place in your heart. You got Winter Soldier on 4K. Oh yeah. That Vaughn, we gotta watch it sometime, man. Gotta watch it sometime. I think I've only ever seen it in theaters and on DVD. I don't think I've ever seen it on Blu-ray. 4K, 4K Winter Soldier on the big screen, surround sound, home theater, ultimate experience. Yes. uh, if you start buying the FMA manga, make sure to buy the Full Metal editions that started coming out last year. Translations are new with color pages. Ooh, I love a color page manga. I know that I don't know if that's sacrilege because they're black and white a lot of the time, but I picked up some of those special Dragon Ball Z ones. I think just a random Namek Saga one, and it's really weird. You watch an anime and you pick up the comic and you can really look at the color. I love like Dragon Ball color looks good, so I think FMA would be too. I'd love to see some color FMA comic panels. That would be so cool. Frederick, welcome, Frederick. The second of pressure. Another classic fan. We got some of the classics, people. Got the classics here. Have you ever read the Silmarillion? What do you think I am? Come on, dude. Silmarillion? I mean, okay, I admit I didn't read it all, but yeah, I've read the Silmarillion. Some of it I know enough. I've really actually been kind of a Tolkien kick lately. Anyway, I need to go back and reread it. I kind of wish they would turn that into a show instead of the remaking the Lord of the Rings again on Amazon or whatever. Yeah, why do you ask? Silmarillion. I need to go back and actually read through the whole thing, but I love the language. It's basically like the mythology of Middle Earth, like the history. You learn about Melkor and Morgoth and the trees and how the dwarves were made and stuff, and the War of the Rings, like a tiny like paragraph in the last chapter or something. I don't know. They mentioned Frodo once, something like that. That's kind of gives you context about the history of Middle Earth, right? It's pretty cool. But yeah, I love Silmarillion. I love all that stuff. Yeah, man, absolutely. Need to go back and reread it though, for sure. Jagan King. He versus Bowie, that fight got my eyes glued on. The best fights in the series. Dragon of the Darkness Flame. One of the most hype shit I've seen. Dragon of the Darkness Flame. Yeah. Yeah. It's an awesome attack. I'm gonna approve wait. But you know what? Funny, these dumb asses keep saying Bucky should get the shield, and I'm like, y'all see Winter Soldier, Bucky was killing people left and right. You don't think Bucky should be Captain America? You don't think he's a good choice? He became in the comics for a while, I think. It's funny. Every time I see the MCU movies, and whenever Bucky comes on screen, my girlfriend's always like, "I don't care. I don't go away." I don't think I've ever met a person that is like less enthusiastic about Bucky Barnes than her, and it cracks me up because I'm like, I can't argue with her. Like he's fine, but he's like he was interesting in the first Captain America movie, and since then he's just been boring. So boring. Oh my gosh. A lot of retracted messages here. You people behaving yourselves in the comments. And they're trying to keep it a civil, warm place where we can have fun and discuss things. Let's see. Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Infinity War are my favorite MCU movies. All good choices. All good choices. What about Endgame, though? Or do you consider them like a package deal? Civil War was really good, too. I liked Civil War a lot. I liked their interpretation of Zemo's character, how we tried to pin them against each other. They actually did it better than the comics, which I think was good because Civil War comic I always thought was kind of problematic, but they handled it well. I wish it had more consequences. It's kind of one of the disadvantages of these movies being more like comics is you have to keep them going, so you don't get to feel the impact of a lot of these things, but still handled well overall. Kurama was the MVP of Yu Hakusho. I agree. Thank you. I agree with you. I think he's kind of undersold. Like, I like Kuwabara a lot, but I feel like even he gets more love. Like, I used to think that Kuwabara got like overlooked the most, but even though he's technically like the least powerful by the end, like fan wise, people love Kuwabara. Yukina, people love him. He's one of the most iconic characters. I think Kurama actually gets the short end of the stick, and Kurama is a beast. He's like the Piccolo of that show. He's just calm, cool, and collected, and then he takes you out in the most brutal way. And it's like, and he is not subtle. Like none of the characters are subtle. He's got class about it. He's very smooth, He's a ladies' man, pretty boy, but but so dignified. I always loved Kurama. Great character. Love Kurama. Nobody could make a plant-based attack theme work that well, except for like Poison Ivy or something. But just fantastic. Is he a male version of Poison Ivy? Aha. Thoughts on the Black Widow movie? My thoughts on the Black Widow movie is that it's long overdue. It is long overdue, people. Like, you're telling me, did you not have faith in this, guys? Like, literally everyone I know is like, yeah, Black Widow movie. Where has it been? Years. I'm talking about it for years. Like, people don't have faith that she can't carry her own movie. And maybe it would be like a more of a low-key spy movie, but who cares? It would do well. People like Scarlett Johansson. People like Black Widow. Give her more character. Give her more to do. Give her own movie. Like, I'm glad Miss Marvel became a thing, no matter what you think about that. But, like, Black Widow should have beaten that to the punch, like, 5 years ago or something. I'm excited for it. I'm hope if it's actually happening. Absolutely. Please. Would you consider Avengers Endgame one of the saddest comic book movies considering how many main characters died? Spoilers. Iron Man, Black Widow, and Cap getting old and retiring. Yeah. I'm trying to think of superhero movies that would be sadder than that. That actually made me feel something. I mean, the only thing I can think of is honestly, this Tobey Maguire's, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, the first one, when Uncle Ben died. I still think that's very sad. But overall sad, like impact-wise, you don't leave Spider-Man feeling sad. Yeah, probably. I mean, because we have so much attachment to all these movies, and it's a consistent story. If it was just the one movie by itself, I don't think it would have worked as well. But it has the advantage of having all this collected feeling about Tony and about all these characters we've been following for years and years. Like, to give you context, I wasn't finishing high school when the Iron Man came out, so I remember the beginning of this and never dreaming it would become this big thing that I'm still watching today. And and to see the end of an era, like it was like the ending of a era of movies and end of these characters and end of a lot of people's lives. It's kind of like a passage. I really felt a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there were a couple points where I did get teary in Avengers, and a lot of points where I laughed in Endgame. It was really good. It was a really good experience. I have to probably watch them both again to really get. They were well done. And when Tony died, I'm not gonna lie, that was sad. That was really. I knew it was gonna happen, had to happen for multiple reasons, in and out of context. But I'm sad and I'm glad it happened. It was well done. I mean, I am Iron Man. Like, I mean, that is uh, that was amazing. I praise to them. Just great stuff that we've created. That they over there. Just it's awesome to be part of it, even as a fan. It's awesome. Um, enough gushing over that. Uh, are you familiar with the anime YouTuber Alexander? He does a lot of analysis on Hunter x Hunter, Berserk, and others. Yes, I'm aware of him. And I'm jealous. I'm mad jealous. Uh, well, I'll have a confession. I know of him. I haven't watched a lot of his videos because I was like I was a little salty for a bit because I'm like, there's this guy who's like doing these anime analysis videos about like Hunter x Hunter and Berserk, and he's does does them a lot like me, and he does them better, and he's a lot more popular. So I'm not going to watch his videos. And then I watched like some of his stuff, and I watched this a couple other people. There's this other guy, I forget his name, Lowwart. He's doing these Fullmetal Alchemist videos. What do I need to say about Fullmetal Alchemist? This guy's fantastic. Sub to Lowwart. Like, seriously, like there's been some of these people I'm just like, yeah, Alexander, I need to go back and watch more of his stuff. But nah. Like he's good. He makes really good stuff. Alexander's good. It's been watching a lot of YouTubers like this. It's like, man, I gotta up my game. To just give you guys more deep analysis. But his stuff is really good. He goes in too. He has long videos. I'm like, I think I've been wanting to do videos about Berserk again, but I got to go back and like read it more. And man, I think Berserk started up again, or it's been continuously going. I forget. But yeah, Alexander's good. What's your favorite video of his? I'll probably watch it. I think I've only seen a couple of his things, but he is good. What did I miss? You missed everything. You missed everything. No, Himu Kim, what's up, man? Just talking about anime, comics, movies, pop culture, nerdy stuff, and ranting. And I'm just full of energy. So I'm just talking about everything. Please ask questions. Anti-hero for shade. Absolutely. I think anti-hero is the smartest way to go. I loved him when the top hat in Justice League, the cartoon. I don't know if they could pull it off. He was really creepy though in the I think it was what was the comic? Wow, I forgot what the comic was called. Remind me what it was. But Starman. Yes, he was a Starman. Berserk 1970 is a bad anime. One hell of a story. Vaughn, no, no, Vaughn, no, get out of the chat. You're banned. Berserk is not a bad anime. It's classic, dude. All right. Okay. Give me a reasoning. Why do you think it's a bad anime? Tell me why you think it's a bad anime. I know the manga is probably better, but like I thought the anime was good. It's a solid intro to the manga. I thought it was dark and depressing as hell. Oh, bad animation. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, Berserk has crappy animation. Absolutely. But Berserk, I still think it's a good anime, but it has like that classic like 90s way of just like saving all money. Like but I like the way they did it though, Vaughn. They did it cool because I have never seen an anime where all the action scenes in the battle would cut to a still of like the manga. A beautiful painted still we pan over with like clanging sound effects. And I'm like, I know this is obviously lazy and a way to cut back because they had no budget, but it's cool. I still like it. I still like what I'm looking at. It's not distracting enough. So I prefer that than seeing just really like shaky animation. So at least they gave us good visuals to look at, right? It's okay, ban animation. I'm like, okay, that makes a little more sense. It's a good anime, despite that, I think. Whippy, I don't think I can let people join. I don't think that Google Hangouts has that feature anymore, sadly, or otherwise I'd have Vaughn and maybe other people in here. Which I really hate the fact they don't let people hang out in here anymore. It sucks. It really does. But let's see. Need a 4K player, great on Blu-ray. Yes, I agree. I wish the whole Berserk volumes had color. That would be great. Glad to be back, and the Children of Hurin is good too. I haven't read Children of Hurin, but I remember when that came out, and I remember that was pretty popular. Did that come out Did that come out like in 2008 or something? I think I remember when that came out. I think so. That was a big deal. Hell no, and killed Tony's parents. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bucky did kill Tony's parents. Spoilers. Let's see. Children of Huron plays like a Greek tragedy, and Kilvaro is used as a basis for the story. It's definitely unique among Tolkien's work. Did he actually complete that, or was that partial? I forget. Bucky was Captain. Yeah, he was Captain America comics. Yeah. Logan is very bleak and depressing. Oh, I thought you meant like. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot about Logan. You know what? Changed my mind. Retracting. I praised Endgame. Was sad, but Logan is sad superhero of the movie. Dark, bleak, depressing. Fantastic film. Well done. Masterpiece, probably. Never mind. Logan. Don't know. Wow. Absolutely. I agree. Forgot about that. Damn, Iron Man came out when I was in the 11th grade. Hey. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's how it is. Iron Man came out when I was in the middle school. Long journey. Oh, these young people in here, Vaughn. These young people. Man. Let's see here. Whew, I can feel old. Let's see. They kill off Black Widow and then make another movie after. Original Star Wars trilogy are so cheesy and corny that it's hard to take it seriously. Whoa! Whoa! The shots are being fired tonight directly at me and over into the franchises. It's weird. People have actually, you know what? That is true. Like a couple years ago, I never would have heard anyone say anything bad about the original Star Wars trilogy. I have never heard that happen. Nobody that likes Star Wars at all has ever said that. And then I think the new movies came out, this new trilogy, and even people that are diehard Star Wars fans are like, original trilogy, those effects are kind of cheesy. Not really. Like they're like one of the pinnacles of special effects, like practical effects. Like what? Like, I mean, okay. I get it comparatively speaking. Yes, I think Rogue One and Force Awakens and Last Jedi, I think visually they're probably the pinnacles of Star Wars, what it looks like. There's some great cinematography and effects work, CGI and models and costuming and everything. They're really good. But for the time, like that, and people have to remember context, like film history, like I think it's been said enough. I mean, I don't think that people are like, but it's interesting that we're like in a age now where people are actually saying this. Literally a couple years ago, up until a couple years, no one would have ever said that. That's interesting. I'm not really that mad about it, but I'm like, that is fascinating because I never thought I would hear those words casually from people that like Star Wars. Like, the movies, they don't really look that good. Like, they're a little cheesy. I'm like, yeah, they're a little cheesy. They've always been a little cheesy, but they're still, the point was they made like cheesy sci-fi movies and made them like really, they made them look really good. Like 1977, nothing looked like that. That's why it was Star Wars, like enough said, right? That's interesting. I guess, yeah, there are some things that look kind of cheesy. Like some of the ship models are pretty basic. They're just flying around in Blackboard. If you have it on like 4K Ultra and you're looking at it, I mean, I guess, but man, hardcore, harsh people these days. Star Wars, wow. And it's funny. People made fun of Star Wars for everything else, like the cheesy story, the dialogue, the acting. There's all kinds of goofs. But like the visual effects, no one's ever really complained about. That's interesting. Interesting. KOTOR 1 and 2 have better writing than any Star Wars movie so far. I should stop reading the comments. I should actually I actually totally agree with them. I actually do. I just think that's I agree. Knights of the Old Republic games are some of my favorite RPGs. Really, anybody that loves Mass Effect owes to those movies in those games. I learned so much about lore, and I love the stories. I love the characters in those games. The atmosphere is really good. Yeah, when I think of Star Wars and my buddy Gimli, like whenever I think of Star Wars, I think like Old Republic. Like that's the era I want to explore, like well before the Skywalker stuff, like just really immersed in all the different possibilities, not just the Jedi stuff, but just the world of Like imagine Coruscant, but like everything was like that, just to that level. Yeah. Have I ever played Last of Us? No, I haven't, but I've been thinking about it. It's pretty cheap now. It's a classic. I've heard it's really sad, really good story. I need to play Last of Us. Let's see here. Oh man, the comments. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, loved it. Fantastic animation. Best movie of 2018. Best one. Absolutely. I love Spider-Verse, man. Watch my review. Loved it. Love that movie. Love it. Great. Complete homage to everything Spider-Man, the comic books, the way they invented a new form of animation to make the movie, to make it emulated like how comic books were made with the faulty print. And Miles Morales was great, and it's the best Spider-Man movie ever. It is. Like I'm saying this. I'm saying this. It made me like Miles Morales, and I didn't before. Love that movie. Was fantastic. Absolutely. Haven't watched too many of Alexander's videos just because I haven't seen or read the anime or manga other than Berserk, Monster, and Underrated Gem, yes, and Fullmetal Alchemist, the manga. Yeah. Well, when you read more of his stuff, check out his videos and check out those anime, dude. Check out the other ones he's talking about. I'm sure he's got plenty of good stuff to say. He completed the Children of Hurin, and Christopher Tolkien edited it for 07. I remember when that came out. Yeah, my one buddy was really into that. I remember. Star Wars was rooted in campy Flash Gordon comics, so of course it's campy. Yes, very good. How do you think the MCU should introduce Wolverine? As campily and brightly as possible. And he's got to be a little short guy. He's got to have a cigar and be like, "Hello, bub." He's got to be like the 90s animated Wolverine, because I don't even care. Hugh Jackman might be great, but that's still my Wolverine. I want him to be short and stocky and talk like this. You alien scum. Slag you. Oh no, that's classic. I didn't mean in a bad way. I don't think those are movies I need to take ultra seriously. No, and Star Wars, like anything, probably shouldn't be taken too seriously. It's fun. How would you have introduced the Marvel Netflix shows and movies like Punisher and Defenders? What would have been the best time to do that? The best time to do that? A while ago, probably. I think they should have. They probably should have gotten one of the street level characters, like introduced them through a Captain America movie, maybe around that time between Winter Soldier and Civil War, maybe when it was a little more feasible to do that. Because he's the only character, or Spider-Man. After Spider-Man was introduced in the MCU, they should have done it then. He probably would mesh better with Daredevil or something, like for a cameo. That probably would have been the best way. I'm not heavily invested in the franchise and still haven't watched the prequels nor sequels outside of a few clips. I prefer Indiana Jones. Oh, so you haven't watched much Star Wars? Yeah, some people haven't. They're worth watching, for sure. But yeah, Indiana Jones is great too. Which one's your favorite? I always liked Last Crusade. I like the Sean Connery one a lot. Besides KOTOR and Mass Effect, the Deus Ex games have some of my favorite writing games ever. The morality is very nuanced in RPGs like that. Yeah, I haven't played any of Deus Ex, but I've heard a lot of good thing about them. Civil War and Infinity War have been the best way to introduce Defender and Punisher. Yeah, because it was a big team up. Maybe. I don't know if it would have been too distracting, but perhaps. Well, man, I think the steam's dying down a little. The questions finally stopped. It caught up to the comments. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll wrap up with some thoughts about some things. Real quick here. If we get some final questions in, we'll wrap up. Let's see. I've been watching the Fruits Basket remake for anybody that's interested. I like the new dub. New animation's really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Been watching some Good Omens. I only on episode 2, but that's good. Rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've really been kind of wanting to get back into that for some reason. I never actually finished Legend of Korra, so I think in anticipation for the new show coming out, might watch that. Briefly want to talk about Shin Godzilla just for a second because it's amazing. Been on a bit of a Godzilla kick. I don't know if anybody saw Shin Godzilla when it came out, but that movie's been sticking with me because I rewatched it recently with my friends. And Shin Godzilla is really good. It's really good Godzilla movie. Definitely check it out. I've really been into reading a lot of sword and sorcery, like Robert E. Howard stuff lately, like Conan the Barbarian, Cole the Conqueror, and we got back and started a D&D game. Gimli's in it, so is Nick, and I think Tiefling showed up a little. Gimli's running this game. I kind of requested sword and sorcery, so I've been really kind of into that stuff. I think just been in the mood for like that kind of Conan the Barbarian type fantasy, like the warrior barbarian guy versus evil sorcerer. And I think that my interest in He-Man has kind of been up lately. I've been wanting to kind of interested to see where that movie goes. I kind of been really wanting to watch Deep Space Nine again, some Star Trek. I've got like a bunch of Star Trek books here that I just like randomly got. And I literally bought like 30 Star Trek books for $30 like a year ago. And I'm like, I probably should read some of these, but I don't know where to start. Yeah, obviously, I've been reading. I'm reading. Trying to get caught up on Justice League, the No Justice line. I'm working up Totality. Not bad. It's kind of cheesy, but they're tackling some big concepts, which I like. And I think excited for Far From Home. And basically, I mentioned this earlier, but I've been kind of inspired to make some new videos because of a lot of YouTubers I've been watching lately that have been really good and making some good videos. And I'm like, if I can find the time, I'm going to try and make you guys some really good videos. And once I get those out, I'm going to have you guys vote on more movies and comics and shows and different things that kind of among my favorites that I like to talk about. And if you guys are interested in voting about them, I'm going to have you guys do some polls and, we'll kind of work through it that way. So that's kind of my plan. So I want to have you guys interact with the stuff that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time and really make some good videos. So that's my goal, to get a couple of those out by this year. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. Let's see here. Wait. Thoughts on Spider-Man PS4? I loved that. I love the Spider-Man PS4 game. 2018 was a great year for Spider-Man. Last 35 minutes of Temple of Doom are freaking amazing. Temple of Doom is great, underrated. These characters, I'm very excited about the first viewing Hunter x Hunter, Killua, Hisoka, and Crowley Lucifer. Well, all fantastic characters. Though Crowley is a cheater. Hisoka, great villain. Killua, good character. KOTOR 2 has the nuanced morality in RPGs. Yep, deconstructing light and dark side. It really got into the lore of how complicated it was. Yep, rewatch Avatar, man. It holds up. It's a fun show. I forgot season 1, though, almost completely. Have you seen the awful Justice League TV pilot from 97? Blast when watching it drunk. I've actually been... I remember watching, I think it was Linkara or somebody I think it was with one of the Channel Awesome people back then. They reviewed it. So I've seen clips. Maybe, yeah, someday if there's alcohol involved or something, maybe I'll watch it if I can track it down. Though I think that Wonder Woman pilot they almost made a couple years back was probably even worse. Well, I'll tell you what, final questions. I'm going to wrap it up here. Wrap it up, a few more minutes. Any final thoughts, comments, questions, requests, hopes for the channel, criticisms, anything, any input? Appreciate it. If we hang up here and you want to leave comments below for thoughts, anybody watching this, feel free to. Anybody that came in to watch or listen, always appreciate the support. I can tell you're listening because nobody's typing. So, all right. Okay, crazy boy, see you. Thank you, everybody. This was fun to do. I'm going to try. Okay. I did see that awful documentary, and it depresses me. Really does. The Channel Awesome stuff really depresses me. But let's not have that same negativity here. But absolutely, I know what you're talking about. Shame. But yeah, thank you, everybody, for joining. Leave comments and questions. I'm going to have, I believe the Akira review is the next thing I'm working on. Eraserhead was requested next, I think. And then I'm going to put some other favorite movies of mine in the queue for polls. So any requests for other shows or comics or games or anything you want me to discuss or make videos about, put it in the comments. Put it in the Facebook page. Put it in the little community section tab in the channel. Hit the bell for subscriptions if you want to see more videos. I'm going to try to do more consistently, better stuff in the future, hopeful. But in the meantime, everybody, see you around and stay magical. I've ranted enough. Peace out.